Hi, I'm Dr. Alexander Haskell. I'm a licensed naturopathic doctor in the state of Utah. And I've been in practice for about 30 years and have seen probably over 1,000 children. So I'd like to speak with parents with children and I guess ask a couple of questions. One is, what do you do when your child has suddenly an earache or sore throat or bronchitis? And usually what happens is that most parents don't know what to do. So they will often take their child to a pediatrician, which is important to understand the degree to which their child is ill. But then again, they're subjected to the waiting room and other children that are probably also there that are ill. Or going to, if it's the weekend or it's night, you go to the emergency, and there again, you're subjected to all those in the waiting room. So what if you had some ideas about what to do in those situations? I remember, getting phone calls frequently at night from parents. I was very much into a family practice. So that's how I helped families, was to make myself available 24 hours a day, which was a little bit hectic at times. But what I've noticed is that, and I've never in the last 30 years had to resort to antibiotics, because I believe very much in the innate wisdom, sort of like this innate physician that we all possess. And that symptoms are simply a way of this innate wisdom to communicate to the person or to the child, to the parents, that something is wrong. And usually symptoms would be pain, or fever, pain and fever, and other symptoms related to that part of the body. So my practice, a successful practice, was using primarily homeopathic remedies prescribed based upon the symptoms of the child, and also hydrotherapy, the use of hot and cold waters, which parents could do at home to strengthen their child's immune system. Various herbal mixtures or preparations which could be taken orally, or like ear drops for the ears, which were very, very effective. Also teaching the parents about nutrition, how to improve the quality, the nutrient dense quality of the foods they were giving to their children, to remove foods that were suspected either allergies or foods which had low nutrient content. And then also some food-based supplements. I don't usually give synthetics so much, but really supplements that are made from food. So if you knew these things, and I would hold classes mostly for women in the evening to teach them about using homeopathy and how to choose the right remedy, teaching them about hydrotherapy, giving demonstrations on hydrotherapy, so that parents, when something arose in the family, they were armed with, usually they purchase a kit of about 12 or 15 remedies that they have on hand, the most common remedies. They would have the right type of, towels and different types of socks. You'll learn about the cold sock treatment, which is very effective. They would have been giving their children nutrients, avoiding those foods I talked about before, and they knew pretty much how to deal with acute situations. And these were, parents, of course, that were, holistically minded, that didn't want to go the medical route, that they'd done that many times before, and it seemed like the condition kept reoccurring over and over again. One thing I tried to explain to them was something that Hippocrates said over 2,000 years ago, and that was the two primary causes, and I think he was speaking about both acute and chronic conditions. The two causes were nutritional deficiencies, which makes a lot of sense. If the cells and tissues of the body are undernourished, then of course the body is a little weaker and more susceptible to different conditions or illnesses. And the other cause was environmental toxins. So I spent a lot of my time educating people about their home and being sure that their house was chemical free, that there were no molds in the home, and how to test for different areas of the house to see if there was molds. Since molds and their spores can be in the air, And oftentimes in the winter and in the summer, the air in the house is simply circulated around through either the heating system or through the cooling system. And the amount of mold spores in the house begins to increase over time when the house is shut tight. And this is one underlying issue with the immune system being compromised, or breathing the mold, so bronchitis, or the ears being exposed, or the sinuses, or whatever it may be. So environmental toxins are extremely important to address. So the book that I have compiled over all these years, it's 190 pages, goes through a listing of all the different types of acute conditions and how to use or how to choose the right homeopathic remedy based upon your child's symptoms. How to use homeopathy, how to prescribe it, also about hydrotherapy, about nutrition, about supplements, about herbs and different preparations that are online that are made for children, but also about household toxins, about gut ecology, how to improve the gut ecology, since that part of our body has a tremendous influence upon the rest of our cells and tissues, and also about stress. I've raised 5 children. I know a lot about communicating and how to listen and how to talk so children will listen. A great book by Adele Faber. So there's a chapter devoted to communication with your children. There's a part about the importance of bedtime and bathing and bedtime stories, and that link where, as parents, we're so busy all the time, we have to set aside our priorities, which is, at a young age, children need to be at the top of our list of priorities, and how to communicate, how to spend special time, the reading of stories before bed so they can kind of wind down and get into a good sleeping pattern. So all this is covered in this 190-page book, and I'm very pleased and proud to be able to bring together years of experience and hopefully empower you as parents to be able to assist the child's ability to heal. And that's really what happens with acute conditions, is the body is fired up and trying to deal with, let's say, a pathogen of some kind, and producing a fever and the pain and all the symptoms that they're going through. We should not suppress them, but rather support them to help them make it through a time of a crisis. And on the other side, the child's health is definitely improved. So we're talking about a time, a very highly developmental time in a child's life that will ripple out and affect decades to come in their life. And if we can do the right thing, if we can use nature as a tool to help our children's health improve, we will see the long-term results of their being healthy adults. If we're using unnecessarily and abusing certain types of pharmaceuticals, that will also ripple out into their lives, and their health will be compromised. I have no doubt about that. So if you wish to purchase this book, this handbook for parents, you'll notice a buy button below. And when you click that buy button and make the purchase, you will immediately have the download of the ebook in case you wish to use it for something that's going on in your family right now. The soft cover will be printed and delivered to you within about 7 to 10 days. So also there's a phone number if you need to reach our clinic. Happy to speak with parents. The book is really more about acute situations, but there's lots of materials about how to improve your children's health and to prevent acute illnesses as well. So I am very proud again to offer this book, and I thank you for your time.